Okay, round 4 of the Egg Cup. This is the Flakjack round, where it's called the Flakjack round because you can only pick either flak or sugar. The 31 properties to win, 30-day limit as usual, weather is clear, and we both pick flak. I considered picking sugar, but the average damage is the same, and I'd rather be a little more consistent than a little more wild, because many times my strategies involve wall breaking, and while I might do more damage with more luck, having more bad luck as sugar would really hurt me if I rolled unusually low for a very critical piece in my plan. So here I believe we both made our first mistakes. We went for the center properties. We went towards our opponent's base first. Knowing, because I'm more of a passive player, I should have went for the side base to get the, well, not side base, the neutral properties, so I could get the capture chain going. Like, this is technically a capture chain, but there's no way I'm actually going for that property. My initial thoughts on this map, I thought of pressuring his neutral base as much as possible. Well, not, why do I see in neutral? His center base as much as possible. Because, oh, these three bases, perhaps the three of them could all converge onto his base and win. That did not happen, but that was my initial plan. So we continue as normal, capturing our properties. He goes for his airport, I go for my airport, and I just leave instead. So I could have went for a capture chain to get more income sooner, but I went down, he did the same, and both of us just backs off. So we continue with the usual. I built a tank here. I thought if he wants to stop me from capturing my airport, my tank will attack any infantry. He built an artillery to defend. And I thought artillery is probably strong, so I'm building an artillery of my own. And because of my units, that's when the shift of pressuring the center base shifted to pressuring his remote base. We'll call it the remote base because it's in a further, far away region. So that was the plan. I have a airport, I have this base, and my base on my HQ could also attack the remote base. So I thought, okay, it's 2 base plus airport versus 1 base. I can play with that. Similar to the last game, if I have a numbers advantage, I'm definitely going to press that numbers advantage. And I'm going to, if I have the money, I would press it further with a battlecopter. To my surprise, he actually sent his artillery left, but I suppose there's some merit to that. He built a third artillery. Artillery is probably really strong considering how choky it is. I probably should have seen that sooner and built an artillery in defense. But I was so focused on being on the offense. Okay, I attacked this tank here because here's my thought process. I will build a battlecopter. If his mech attacks my tank, it can attack from the planes where my artillery will shoot it. And my battlecopter will always come. It's 2 base in an airport against 1 base. I will have the numbers advantage. So if I trade 1 for 1 unit, it's perfectly winning in my position, even if it's a tank for a mech. Plus, I believe this is a lucky roll. Yeah, this is definitely a lucky roll where 2 infantry kills an infantry on a property. So you need a good luck roll for that, so to get the kill. and I was able to shoot that artillery. And I built a battlecopter to pressure his weak base even further, and I had enough money to build one artillery here. I decided to go capture this port because I did not want him to get more income. Plus, he would. I thought he would attack from the river, but of course he wouldn't. If he can attack from the plains, he would attack from the plains. But for whatever reason, I thought if he wants to stop me, he must attack from the river. I don't know why I thought that, but that's what was going on in my head as I played it. And now I can't even retreat to my property to heal. So he shoots at my tank, and he tries to interrupt the cap, which did surprise me. He built an anti-air as I expected, which is why I built a tank to get ready to attack that anti-air. And he shot my infantry with his artillery, which means now I get to shoot his artillery. Normally infantry wouldn't do too much to artillery, but this is flak with luck damage. So I'm spamming out battlecopters. I want more unit count. I got pretty nice rolls here. The artillery is down to 3 HP. And just decide to make sure his infantry can't interrupt my plans to kill that artillery. I'm leaving this infantry here so I can walk back to that property whenever I want. I don't expect to take his property, so I'm just leaving him here to sit and wait. I move my artillery here. To be honest, I don't really know where I should put my artillery. If you have any suggestions of where the artillery should have gone and why you think it's a good spot, let me know. But I moved it in the woods because I wanted to protect my property to the side. It might have been a mistake though, because his infantry was able to shoot my artillery. So if he did roll lucky, he could have killed my infantry, then sent his anti-air to kill my battlecopter. But for whatever reason, he sent his anti-air to attack my infantry first. I don't know why, but that's what happened. Yeah. I'm going to try to artillery lock his base. Yeah. And just in case his anti-air just to make sure his anti-air does not reach my battlecopter, I put my infantry in the way. As well as put my infantry here to block him from interrupting a cap. At this point, I know I lost his base. He already artillery locked my base, so I'm just going to build infantry to delay it. He got his power, he's using it, and he could have shot my battlecopter if he block himself. And he got a pretty lucky roll on my artillery, and then got a low roll on the second shot. But I lost the space over here, so I knew I had to win on this site. I do not know why he built an APC. He could have just built an infantry. So I activate my brute force. I have 2 battlecopters that can shoot that medium tank, so I'm hoping that the luck damage would be enough. And it was enough. I did not want his anti-air to shoot my battlecopter, so I made sure to destroy that artillery and plop my tank in the way, so his anti-air can't do anything. So yeah, we just continue. He's capturing my stuff, I'm capturing his stuff. I built a rocket because at this point I know the next focus will be against the center base. So I thought I could try to rocket lock his center base. So it's essentially 3 bases versus 2. At the very least, I want to beat him in the race of rocket locking the base. And I move my artillery up. I realize an artillery on this city can also lock the base. And he finally built a battlecopter, so I'm building an anti-air. I believe my battlecopter movement may have scared his rocket a bit because he moved it in a more passive position than active. And an anti-air to deter my battlecopters. Okay. I mean, if I could shoot his rocket, I wouldn't go for it to trade for the anti-air because I wouldn't kill the unit. Only if I was able to completely kill the rocket would I actually send my battlecopters against it. Otherwise, it would just heal and come back. So I prepared to lock. I prepared to lock his base. We're still capturing each other's properties. I shift my forces left because that's where I want the focus of the battle to be. So we're just preparing. He's still playing pretty passively here, which I guess my one battlecopter is still scaring, but I wouldn't go for it. Even if I could attack the rocket, I would not go for it. The rocket will still be able to shoot at my base, even if it's damaged. He has an artillery here, which can sit on his city to shoot at my base. I don't know why he was playing a little passively here. But I decide to take the initiative. I don't expect to take the city, but I do want him to commit his forces attacking it so I can kill off his forces for free. I make sure my battlecopters are out of range of his, except for this one. Oh, actually no, I think I moved it somewhere else later on. No, I didn't. Okay. Well, even if his battlecopter attacks mine, I'll be fine, as long as it's out of range of his... Oh, it's not. Well, I suppose if he's going to commit his forces, he will have to use a battlecopter to interrupt the cap, battlecopter and infantry to interrupt the cap before his anti-air could get my battlecopter. In other words, he would be throwing away 2 expensive units to kill 1 expensive unit, which is not in his favor. So he didn't reach my battlecopter. However, he did send his battlecopter against my medium tank. He must have gotten a unlucky roll, and I must have gotten a good roll because I did more damage to his battlecopter than he did to my medium tank. Regardless, his battlecopter is dead anyway. It's in range of my anti-air. I'm going to block his base. I don't expect to actually take the base, but I want him to send his forces in range of my rocket. So I don't capture things to capture them. I capture them to force him to commit his forces. And since he has no more air units, my battlecopters only... Oh, he still has 1 battlecopter, but it's too far away. I can perhaps steer his rocket a little longer so I don't get base locked. But just trying to get as much defense as possible in case I need to go after that rocket. And more battlecopters for more unit count. Like, I'm 8 unit counts ahead right now. And this is when he locked my base. So I will only build infantry now. But I'm fine with that. I still have more units than him. And he's not going to kill my infantry. My infantry can still be used as a meat shield, a wall block. And since I'm ahead, I'm going to pick off... I consider these almost free infantry. Because I wish I could break through that so I can attack the artillery with a second battlecopter, but it didn't happen. And since I'm committing so many battlecopters to attack his anti-air, I thought, well, this one, even though it's in range, he's probably going to send it left, and if he sends it right, then I will have 4 battlecopters, and he will only have 1 anti-air in the area. So I'm also preparing an attack on this side. I'm continuing trying to block his base. I just go in for an attack because I'm way ahead in the unit count. I'm now 11, 12 units ahead. Sure, it's his turn, but he does get some pretty good shots. He even got my rocket, but I didn't. Well, that was surprising to me for sure. That was a mistake on my end. But I still believed I had the advantage even after that. He didn't shoot at my infantry. He's probably moving his rocket to defend his base, which is fair enough. He's not going to get much, and he resigned. Um, yeah, I can understand why he resigned, because a flak superpower is pretty scary as well. Like, my 9 HP medium tank is capable of killing his medium tank. Then I can attack with these 2 battlecopters here to finish off that medium tank. And if I'm lucky, it would destroy the medium tank. Well, at least if I don't roll too unlucky. And then my battlecopter can then fly all the way to his rocket up here. I can start taking his properties and stuff. Not that it matters too much, but he's also fighting in range of my rocket, even if my rocket is weakened. But the more important thing is, I guess he's just concerned about my overwhelming unit count. I'm not sure if my unit count has updated as he destroyed my units. Let me check again. No, it has. Oh wait, it has. So even at the end of his turn, I'm ahead by almost 10 units. So if I come back with a superpower, I will probably make that difference much higher. I Yeah, my attack on the right side I would hope would work, assuming luck doesn't fail me here. I will send this battlecopter and this tank towards the infantry here and kill it. Then I send this battlecopter and this tank to maybe kill the tank on the property. And just all around attack on all sides and pincer him in the center. I don't actually know if it would be a successful attack, to be honest. I don't actually know because, but you know, that's the fun with playing as flak. You just go in and hope you get a high roll. This battlecopter might die from my 3 infantry attacking it because of the superpower luck. And that is round 4 of the Egg Cup. So when I continue on more, when I complete more Egg Cup rounds, I will show them as well. I have finished round 5. I'll show it next time. Yeah. And also, as well as more Global League games I have completed, I'll show it another time. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.